Penn, Jellet, and D.L. Hughley and Carlos Mencia. Saturday Night Live has created a lot of campaign comedy buzz, especially for dead-on impersonations. Check this out.
I come to you tonight in the midst of a very important election between two very qualified candidates, the hot lady and the Tiger Woods guy. I, George W. Bush, endorse John McCain and Sarah Palin with all my heart. John was there for me 90% of the time over the last 8 years. When you think of me, when you think of John McCain, think of me, George W. Bush. Think of this face. When you're in the voting booth, before you vote, picture this face. I want to be there for you, John, for the next 8 years.
The next 16 years.
Let's get a safety. I think I blinked on that last shot. Thumbs up, everybody.
Carlos, funny stuff.
Great stuff. I think this is great for the country, for people to talk about this stuff, though. For us, it's funny. You know, for a lot of people out there, it's serious. For me, it doesn't matter who wins. I'm a comedian. I'm going to find something funny about whoever ends up in office. You know, I just hope that for the country it ends up being, you know, somebody that does a half-decent job and is not, you know, somebody that we just make fun of, because these last 8 years have been great for comedy. But look at where our economic state is, and, you know, all the other parts of America aren't doing well. But as a comedian, I mean, he was great to make fun of. Bush was amazing for us for a long time. I mean, here's a guy who spoke English so badly that my father actually once, while watching TV, literally said, "Oh, wow, that's not how you say that."
All right, D.L. Hughley, from a comedic standpoint, who do you want as president?
From any standpoint, from a human being, from a comedian, I think Barack Obama. Well, first off, I don't think anybody's immune to comedy. I think that he's done some things that is just as funny as what everybody else does. I think that people tend to, he's a more likable guy. But from a human standpoint, from a comedian standpoint, I clearly want Barack Obama to win. I can't see, I don't want to laugh myself to death anymore. That's enough. I've laughed all I need to right now.
Penn, does it matter to you from a comedic standpoint?
From a comedic standpoint, it doesn't. We don't do very much political stuff in our show. I think that it'll be good to see the country, you know, Obama's most likely going to win. It'll be good to see the country change how it does racial jokes. And that's what we're going through right now, is nobody's really comfortable with it. It'll be cool to see that happen.
Will they do
like
racial...
with Kennedy with the Irish jokes.
If
the
he's
Irish
president,
jokes
they will do racial jokes?
They have to find a way. And I think that'll be a cool thing to see.
I actually don't think. I think if it comes from your, like I was reading yesterday that Barack Obama, he turned in his medical report and his cholesterol level was 173. I don't know a black person whose level is under 300. Like if I could walk around with a wing and macaroni and cheese in a blender, that would be my smoothie. The 173 must come from his white half alone. That's just. So I think that there are things that these people that they do. They're human beings, and I think that anything and anybody is funny. I don't think that you know, if you could tell jokes you know, with God and Jesus, you can talk about these politicians. So I don't really draw a field around them and go, he's this or he's that. And I'm not saying you do either, but I think that people are just uncomfortable laughing with things that they're not familiar with or that they like. So
yeah. Now, when you say McCain and Obama and God and Jesus, which one lines up to which?
Who's the son?
And who's the Holy Ghost?
Yeah, exactly. But if Barack Obama does win, racism operates under the premise, and white guilt as well, that, you know, we have discriminated against black people and that we still discriminate against them. Once a black man becomes president, the most powerful elected person in this country, racial humor will change. Guilt will go away. A lot of things will be okay to say because there's a black guy who is the most powerful man on the planet.
Good point.
And
it
will make a difference.
Letterman and McCain. What do our guests think of that relationship? That's next.